St. Louis rapper Sexyy Red is in legal trouble today. A new lawsuit claims she asked her fans on social media to beat up her child's grandmother, 51-year-old Nicole Barnes. Our partners at the Post-Dispatch say the 26-year-old rapper also shared Barnes' address.
Red hair, red nails, red everywhere. The room pulses with bass, TikTok screens lighting up, fans screaming, and the air thick with anticipation. The crowd isn't chanting for an album drop. They're chanting one name, Sexyy Red. But before the lights, the screams, the viral clips, and the million-dollar deals, there was Janae, just Janae, a kid from St. Louis with a sharp tongue, sharper vision, and a habit of turning life's chaos into bars. Her story starts simple. Middle school nickname, Red. Why? Because she loved red hair and the bold attitude it screamed. One day, a cameraman looked at her and said, "You're sexy and you're red." And just like that, a nickname became a destiny. But this wasn't a cute little label that stuck by accident. It was the first brick in a self-built empire. Life wasn't handing her headlines or features. She had to earn every single one. Boyfriend cheating? Most people would cry into a hoodie or scroll aimlessly on Instagram. Red? She grabbed a pen, opened her laptop, and wrote a diss track. Heartbreak became fuel, fuel became bars, bars became momentum, and momentum became the first sparks of viral fame. Picture this: a cracked laptop, a DIY pop filter, a makeshift recording booth in her bedroom. Upload bars crawling across SoundCloud at 3 a.m. No industry backing, just hunger and hustle. Before Drake, before Nicki, before Billboard, she was juggling real life like a hairdresser and call center agent, while quietly crafting the future she refused to wait for. High school lessons were one thing. Life lessons, hustle lessons, and street smarts? That was her real curriculum. St. Louis shaped her in ways you can't fake. The city is loud, brash, unapologetic, and that energy stuck. Artists like Gucci Mane, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Project Pat, Juicy J, 3-6 Mafia, Chief Keef, Webby, Boozy, Trina. They weren't just names on a playlist. They were blueprints for fearlessness. Red didn't want to imitate. She wanted to take that fearless energy, amplify it, and make it her own. 2018 marked the first online buzz. 1,000 jugs, rough, playful, unpolished. But the confidence jumped off the screen. By 2020, she sharpened the edges. The singles hit harder. The persona became clearer. And in 2021, her debut mixtape, Ghetto Superstar, landed like a statement. This isn't a viral fling. This is a career, a movement, a girl from St. Louis setting her sights on every chart, stage, and feed. Then came 2023, Pound Town, a freestyle that was supposed to be casual, laid back, maybe even throwaway. No big rollout, no label hype, just a beat, a mic, and real life spilling out. The internet didn't just hear it, they ran with it. Memes, TikTok dances, quotes on every timeline. By spring, Nicki Minaj hopped on the official remix. By summer, the track cracked the Billboard Hot 100 at number 66, Red's first ever chart entry. Suddenly, Sexyy Red wasn't just a name, she was unavoidable. And just like that, her rise wasn't about luck, it was a formula. Confidence, timing, and a perfect understanding of how culture listens today. No long-winded metaphors, no sugarcoating, just punchlines that land instantly and stick in your brain like gum on a sidewalk. Rolling Stone even called her a classic Southern rapper at heart, complex in style, but raw in delivery. Red's life became her lyrics became her brand, and her brand, infectious. She didn't shy away from sexualized content, but she refused to be reduced to it. She's more than the Buzzlins. She's authenticity wrapped in red dye and unapologetic energy. Every hook, every bar, every viral clip is a reflection of her life, bold, chaotic, and unfiltered. Before the fame, her grind looked like this. Early mornings, styling hair, late nights in a call center, weekends in a cracked bedroom studio. That's where the foundation was built. That's where she learned discipline, patience, and how to turn personal drama into cultural currency. Every city block in St. Louis taught her lessons in confidence, survival, and making noise, loud enough to be heard over any doubter. By 2021, her catalog was stacking. By 2023, collaborations started hitting. Drake, Nicki Minaj, SMA. And each feature wasn't just a line on a track. It was a lesson in visibility, strategy, and cultural velocity. Keith saw potential when others saw controversy. The raw energy that reads wrong at first, that's often the energy that changes the game. And let's be real, the internet loves a duality. Sexyy Red delivers, polarizing to some, empowering to many. Rumors, legal disputes, internet drama. She meets it with brevity, refusing to let clicks and feeds dictate her life. Her focus stays on the craft, the hustle, the momentum. She knows that the algorithm thrives on chaos, but she's building her empire with strategy, not just spectacle. By the end of 2023, her persona wasn't just entertainment, it was a movement. Fans weren't following a name, they were following a vibe. Humor, audacity, and unapologetic confidence became her currency. Red's life and art blurred in a way that felt real, relatable, and aspirational all at once. So what's the lesson from Section 1? If you want to rise from a cracked laptop and a call center desk to a Billboard chart entry and viral domination, you better know two things. Confidence multiplies faster than drama, and authenticity is louder than noise. Red built her lane, claimed her color, and refused to wait for the world to notice. She made it notice. And now we dive into the chaos. Collaborations that turned features into headline events, tracks that became viral anthems, and controversies that didn't slow her down. They propelled her. Welcome to Section 2, the fame, the hits, and the fire that made Sexyy Red impossible to ignore. By 2023, Sexyy Red wasn't just making tracks, she was making headlines. And the internet. The internet didn't just notice, it panicked in excitement. Let's start with the track that changed the game, Pound Town. What started as a late-night freestyle in a basement studio became a cultural wildfire. No rollout, no hype, just Red, a beat, and that unmistakable energy that makes you pause TikTok mid-scroll. Memes exploded, dance challenges flooded feeds, quotes got plastered across timelines. And when Nicki Minaj hopped on the official remix, the numbers didn't just climb, they detonated. Billboard Hot 100 at number 66 for a first-ever entry, for a freestyle. Let that sink in. Not a polished studio campaign, not a label push, just raw talent meeting perfect timing. But that was just the appetizer. By summer 2023, she dropped Hood Hottest Princess, her debut mixtape, and suddenly every block party, car ride, and group chat was echoing her hooks. The project sounded like a city on shuffle. Backseat jokes, loud laughter, street confidence dripping from every track. It wasn't just music, it was a launch pad. And Red? She launched. Hard. Then came the collaborations. Drake casually calling her "my rightful wife" on Instagram. A headline moment. But look closer, those features weren't random. They were strategic. Opening dates on his It's All a Blur tour, teaming up with SCA on Rich Baby Daddy, and working with Keith on tracks that trolls questioned until the hits stacked. Sexyy Red wasn't just showing up, she was staking her claim. Her style? Simple, direct, no extra layers. One-liners that hit like a street sign to the forehead. Rolling Stone called her a classic Southern rapper at heart, but it's really more than that. She doesn't chase traditional lyricism, she skips it. Punchlines, hooks, and hooks that become culture. That's why her TikTok dominance isn't just a number, it's a reflection of a formula. Repeatable energy plus shareable content equals viral velocity. And the industry noticed. Billboard's TikTok Top 50 launched, and Sexyy Red debuted at number 1. Millions of clips, endless stitches, pure chaos measured in charts and culture. Her music wasn't just songs, it was a movement, and she knew it. Each bar, a social experiment, each drop, a cultural reset. But fame isn't just about numbers, it's about identity. And Red leaned in. Nicknames like Female Gucci Mane. She didn't shy away. She doubled down, dropped a track called Female Gucci Mane on Hood Hottest Princess. Statement made, identity solidified. The grind wasn't just a hustle, it was self-branding in real time. Controversy? Oh, she handled that too. Internet rumor cycles, social media disputes, and even legal squabbles, like the alleged 2025 lawsuit over a family dispute. Red didn't crumble. She met it with a combination of brevity, focus, and frankly, humor. Headlines tried to dictate the narrative, but her music and presence said otherwise. This is my lane, my rules, my story. And while the world watched, Red's influence spread beyond music. The Sexyy Red President Tour hit North America in 2024. 19 to 26 shows, guests like Hung Show and Kodak Black, turning every stage into a carnival of confidence. Mixtapes were manifestos, tours were votes, and her fans, they showed up like citizens at a pop culture election, chanting hooks, singing bars, and proving that Sexyy Red wasn't just a moment, she was a movement. The formula was simple, but genius. Stay consistent, hit the culture with precision, and let the chaos of the internet amplify the work. Red didn't chase controversy. She rode the waves without drowning. She turned borrowed spotlights, features, collabs, viral moments into self-owned glow, and the industry had no choice but to notice. Even her business mind started flexing here. Singles, features, tours, and viral tracks weren't just art, they were strategy. She understood the equation. Virality plus authenticity plus timing equals cultural dominance. And she executed it, track after track, collab after collab, headline after headline. And that's the magic of this era of Sexyy Red. She's not just chasing fame, she's engineering it. Viral moments aren't accidents. They're momentum designed to multiply. Every dance challenge, every stitch, every quote on TikTok, carefully amplified by her energy, personality, and awareness of how culture consumes content today. So what's the takeaway from this section? Red didn't just blow up, she built the blueprint. Viral freestyle, check. Strategic collabs, check. Tours that feel like block parties with production-level polish, check. Controversy handled like a chess move rather than a crisis, check. Every hit wasn't just a song, it was a stake in her empire. And next, we're diving into the firestorm. The controversies, the headlines, the lawsuits, the legal tussles, the moments that made some side-eye her and others cheer her on. Fame isn't just clout, it's chaos, and Sexyy Red mastered both. Fame isn't just streams, stages, and headlines. It's chaos, scrutiny, and moments that test focus. Sexyy Red learned this the hard way. The internet loves a duality, and she delivers, polarizing to some, empowering to many. Rumors, legal disputes, social media firestorms? She meets them with brevity, humor, and relentless focus. Take the 2025 lawsuit alleging she weaponized social media against a family member. Headlines screamed, the feeds speculated. Red, she kept creating, kept dropping hits, and let the work speak louder than the noise. And that's the genius of her approach. Chaos doesn't derail her, it amplifies her. Internet rumor cycles, trolls, even public altercations, like the June 2024 Newark Airport incident, are part of the landscape, not the destination. She's strategic. She doesn't hide, but she doesn't let drama define her. Fame is a storm, and Red learned to dance in the rain while building an empire. Which brings us to the other side of the story: lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and legacy. Red isn't just performing, she's curating a brand that screams identity, power, and strategy. Cars, statements on wheels, birthday, white Corvette, pink bow, muscle icon meets bold persona. Tour gift from Kodak Black? $700,000 Maybach Sprinter, red interior, custom everything. Luxury, style, and brand alignment on tour. Add a pink Mercedes worth $130,000, and suddenly every ride is a visual lyric in the story of Sexyy Red. Jewelry, Same principle. Diamonds, initials, playful pendants, layered bracelets. Each piece narrates her persona. A $150,000 Princess Peach pendant, cartoon flair meets urban sophistication. A diamond-encrusted Cuban chain and medallion. Bold brand identity, 30% surge in demand for initial-based high-end jewelry online. Every sparkle, every chain, every stack isn't just flash. It's storytelling, visual representation of influence, power, and ambition. Entrepreneurship, bold, unapologetic, and aligned. Sexyy lips launched in 2024. Shades like gonorrhea and booty hole brown. Online backlash, perfect. Controversy feeds marketing. Fans aren't buying lip gloss. They're buying attitude, brand identity, and a piece of her movement. Sexyy Red turns critique into currency, controversy into clout. That's modern business. Fearless, authentic, and unmistakably her. And then there's real estate. From a modest apartment at 9,379 Caddyfield Road in St. Louis, juggling hairdressing and call center shifts, to renting a $20,000 per month luxury home in Kansas City, to buying her mom a house in Miami, it's not flexing, it's full circle strategy. Purpose, legacy, turning music money into generational wealth. Momentum transformed into permanence. Each address, each upgrade, each new property isn't just a lifestyle choice, it's a verse in her ongoing story. Motherhood layers even more depth into her narrative. First child in 2022, second in February 2024. Amid tours, viral tracks, and headline chaos, Red balances feeds, flights, and bedtime with precision. Footage from her second child's birth even appears in Drake's Rich Baby Daddy video. The personal becomes professional. The professional supports the personal. Life and career entwined, but always controlled. Public opinion, politics, and controversy? Red moves fluidly. From branding phrases like "Make America Sexy Again" to voting for Vice President Kamala Harris, she navigates the public eye with nuance and unapologetic authenticity. Arrests, viral moments, and social media firestorms exist, but they're context, not definition. She doesn't let feeds dictate focus. She channels energy into work, momentum, and influence. Through it all, the pattern is undeniable. Work, consistency, strategy, and authenticity. Sexyy Red doesn't chase fame, she engineers it. Every viral freestyle, every feature, every headline, every lip gloss shade, every luxury car, every home purchase, every piece of jewelry, every tour, every motherhood milestone, all part of the blueprint. Red is building a legacy that's bold, strategic, and unapologetic. By summer, the track cracked the Billboard Hot 100 at number 66, Red's first ever chart entry. Suddenly, Sexyy Red wasn't just a name, she was unavoidable. And just like that, her rise wasn't about luck, it was a formula. Confidence, timing, and a perfect understanding of how culture listens today. From St. Louis streets to Billboard charts, from TikTok chaos to luxury homes, from viral tracks to entrepreneurial ventures, from headline firestorms to motherhood milestones, Sexyy Red proves that personality plus strategy plus consistency equals empire. Her era is red hot, unapologetic, and just getting started. So what's next for Sexyy Red? Expansion, ownership, culture domination. The blueprint is set, the momentum unstoppable, and somewhere behind a red wig and a cracked laptop, the next track, the next tour, the next headline is already taking shape. Because when you own your lane, the world adjusts its maps. Her story isn't just a highlight reel, it's a roadmap for turning chaos into career, controversy into clout, and energy into empire. Bold, brilliant, unstoppable. That's Sexyy Red. If you enjoyed this inside look, hit like, share this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because her story is still unfolding. Drop a comment. What do you think her next move will be? Another viral track, a bold business venture, or a headline moment that stops the internet? Until next time, stay confident, stay strategic, and remember, momentum favors the bold.